Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between ST.Parting and FXO.Leenock. It is a ZVP on Daybreak, and this is my IPL 5 caster application. That is right, I am gonna enter that contest to try to become an IPL 5 qualifier caster. Big props to them for looking for new talent, and also, I am sorry, Cast Pajamas, I don't know how many times you've watched this game, but it's gotta start getting boring. But maybe not. It is Leenock and Parting, and they are pretty darn awesome players and always create entertaining games. The map is on Daybreak again, and this map is known for the Protoss 2-base timing against Zerg, just because it's relatively hard for Protoss to take a third base on Daybreak against Zerg because they get overrun by Lings and Roaches. So they try to do a 2-base timing, set the Zerg behind in order for them to take the third base, and also they may just try to flat out kill the Zerg player, so we'll see exactly what Parting ends up doing, and we'll see what Leenock ends up doing. Most likely we'll be going for that pool first, just because that is what a lot of Zergs do. They don't like having cannons built by their hatches when they don't have lanes to defend themselves, and I don't blame them. So we'll be seeing Leenock most likely open up with a 14 or 15 pool. The 14 pool used to be more common, but a lot of Zerg players have started going 15 pool, 15 hatch. Not a huge difference between the two, just sneak out an extra drone, and well, that can make a difference. Every drone does mine about 40 minerals per minute, then the third drone on a mineral patch will mine around 20, but we do have a spawning pool being built at 15. Now the question is, will Parting end up going for a Forge first or Nexus first? That probe is going to be going down. Looks like he may possibly go for the oh no, he's the top one. He's at 400 minerals, so he will be going for that Nexus first, and now going to be going out to scout. That is a relatively safe move. A lot of Zerg players don't really abuse this, but Leenock, I mean, when Naniwa made that Forge fast expand popular, Leenock just showed us a multitude of timings against it, and going the Nexus first against Leenock could be dangerous. I'm sure Leenock, if he scouted this, could just end the game very early. The hatch is going up for Leenock at 15 supply as well, so that was a 15 pool, 15 hatch. Forge being built, and he does get a gateway right after that. That means the cybernetic score can finish warp gate research at 7 minutes. If he went for the cannon before the gateway, would have delayed his cybernetic score, would have delayed his gateway, which in return delays the cybernetic score, which delays your warp gates by about 30 seconds. So Leenock will be coming in with this Overlord, will be able to scout that this is a gateway before the cannon, and he'll know, okay, a timing should be around 7 minutes, so at like 7 minutes, I'm going to send Lings out and look for a probe, or maybe at 6:45, we'll see Leenock patrolling out, see if he can find a proxy pylon and take it out before it even comes. Leenock is going to go on a very fast third base at 22 supply, does take that third, and we'll see what Parting does. Double gas is going down right now, and that doesn't really tell us anything. If he gets the third gas or the fourth gas, that is what tells us a lot. Those Lings are going to get denied by that cannon. And right now, Parting is still just chrono boosting those probes out. This one Overlord almost saw those gases, and that could be a small mistake by Leenock not getting up to see those gases, because now Parting, if he just took one of these gases and like this gas, then Leenock would think Parting is on 3 gases, when in reality, he is just on 2 gases. Probe does go down to those Lings. That is a win for Leenock right now. And we will possibly see another Overlord makes his way down here. This Overlord doesn't look like he's going to be doing that. The benefit to putting the Overlord right here, the third one, that allows you to see the probe leave. And generally, I like to put it right here, just because I'm going to have a Ling right here so I can see the probe leave anyways, especially with this watchtower. If I have the Overlord right here, I can see a probe leave through the top, so no probe will be able to sneak out and throw down that forward pylon. The third gas is being taken, so Leenock will most likely get an Evo chamber, just because that third gas timing generally means like DTs or Void Rays. It just means some type of gas tech, so we'll see exactly what Parting decides to do. This Overlord just going to be going on this little high ground, so I guess you can see if a probe does go this way, you can see any attacks going to his third base, which can be very valuable. 3 Lings just barely missing this one watchtower. I have to say that is a mistake, and he is going to be going and grabbing it, so yes, going to be fixing that right away. The one Stalker does come out, clean up this one watchtower, and now since Leenock doesn't have any Overlords right here, he won't know if there's a forward pylon in this area. So that is where he will be sending those Lings, most likely in like 15 to 20 seconds. The warp gate research is it being chrono boosted? I don't know. We have 40 on this one and 25 on this. It's not being chrono boosted as much as it could be, but we do have 4 gates on the way, and there we go, another chrono boost. Looks like it will be finishing around 7:15. I know I said 7 minutes, but missing a few chrono boosts does delay it a little bit. There we go, the forward pylon does get placed, and this one Overlord is not in the way to spot it, so that will take him by surprise. Scouting Overlord for Leenock does come in, won't be able to see anything. Sees 2 sentries right here. That is not enough to tip him off on anything. 2 more gates do come out, and we do have the Lings running around the map at 7 minutes. Like I said, gonna be fighting one of these forward pylons. The question is, will he still try to whip in Zealots? Yes, he will. Will the Lings be able to take this pylon out before? No, they won't. Their Zealots are there to defend. We do have an Evo chamber being built just so we can defend against Void Rays, because right now, Leenock sees a lot of minerals. There are 3 gases. He knows about those 3 gases, even going up to a 4th gas, and now Leenock does know that, so he's thinking, where is all that gas going? Because we can see Parting was stacking around 600 gas, then building 2 sentries, so it looks like Leenock is going to have to go up against Zealot Sentry, which is very good against this Ling play. Very beautiful trapping by Parting right here, trapping a lot of those Lings in those force fields, going to get a lot of free kills, and that is definitely a lot of sentries. So that is where all the gas went. So Leenock now knows, okay, that is why I have the gas. I don't have to worry about DTs. I don't have to worry about Void Rays. I have to worry about a lot of sentries. He does have a few roaches out. Force fields are going to go up on those roaches. 2 will get caught, but wait, 1 does manage to just inch his way past in the deep, deep red. Some Lings are coming out. Stalkers, Zealots, and sentries behind this, and those sentries have a little bit of energy, not that much. They have just whooped in, they've used force field, so he can't just throw down a wall of force fields. 2 pylons get canceled. It looks like Parting does recognize that and will be returning back home. Doesn't have enough force fields to do a lot of damage. We also have a potential run by Leenock. Going to be going into Parting's base. The wall is left open. The Lings are going to be storming in. That is a lot of Lings going up. Going to be going to this natural middle line. Take out 1, 2, 3, and 4th probe right here. No, he's going to be running up into the main. And meanwhile, there's Zealots and sentries just sitting out on the middle of the map. Meanwhile, Leenock is going to be coming in to take out all the forward pylons. Now that he knows the defense has been pulled back to deal with this Ling run by. Very nice play by FXO's Leenock right now. But because Parting did build so many sentries, he may have enough where he can safely take his 3rd base. He has already put a pylon there, can leave like 2 sentries back here, and as long as he's fast on those force fields, he can stop units from coming up this ramp, and has enough sentries to do a lot of force fields in this area. So it looks like Parting is going to be trying to go for that 3rd base on Daybreak, and we'll see if Leenock can break this, because this is what a lot of Zerg players want the Protoss to do, is go for that 3rd base. We have that lair finished, and that roach speed, okay, it is about halfway done. And that 1 probe did get taken out. We will have the Lings and roaches now keep on going in. Take out this 1 pylon. Will they end up finding it? The Lings are going to be running. Looks like yes, they will. Pylon does get scattered. Another one does go down. This will turn Parting upside down. He's not building another supply depot. There go 2 more, realizing, yes, he is now supply capped, 97 out of 92 food. Never good to be above a whole number. We do have a observer now out for Parting to try to keep tabs on this roach force. And a Spire is on the way for Leenock to try to keep Parting contained even longer to allow him to get up into that Broodlord tech, because once Broodlords come out, Protoss have a very hard time about dealing with them. There's a lot of areas where the Broodlords can sit, and even if they get vortexed, the Urkons just have a hard time getting into the vortex to do the toilet. Additionally, there's a lot of ramps on this map. Well, not ramps, just pathways and chokes where you can get Fung Growths off and prevent Urkons from even getting into your vortex with Fung Growths. So that is pretty good. 4 roaches right here gonna get picked off. Those rocks almost down, and that's gonna make this much, much harder to defend. But taking out those roaches does even up the supply at 105 versus the 103. Tunneling Claws is being researched, so Leenock is going to be massing up roaches as he does get this 1 Spire up. 22 Lings on the way, and 15 roaches as well. The 4th base being built by Leenock, realizing, okay, you're on your 3rd base. I got to stay 1 base ahead of you, because if it's ever 3 base to 3 base, that is not going to be good. Also, that 7th and 8th gas helps so much against mutas, and beautiful force fields by Parting right now, taking out the roach count. Even more roaches go down, and that supply now is 136 to 116. You can see how fast the Zerg can build up supply once this 12-13 minute mark does hit. A lot of Zerg players will be maxed out, but Parting has been putting on the pressure, preventing Leenock from doing any such thing. Leenock sees the forces coming out that way, so he's going to be trying to go up to this third base. Again, this is what makes it so hard to defend. Zerg is so mobile, but Parting with a beautiful split of units is preventing this from happening. The rocks are down, but there are 4 sentries, and those do have a lot of energy. A lot more force fields go down, trapping those lings, and Leenock just cannot seem to get any damage done after that one ling run by. Gonna try to run in, get some scouting information, but sees this robo facility. Parting is supply capped yet again, 126 out of 126 supply. Protoss ground level 2. We do have mutas on the way, and Parting has to keep his units at these 2 entrances. It's going to be very hard to split them up yet again, so he's going to have to split his units up 3 times to deal with all the entrances, plus now the threat of mutas. We have that Twilight Council down, so he can quickly go up to Templar Tech, which does kind of shut down mutas, but it is going to be some time till he can get those Templars out and Storm researched. And the Observer does fall. Parting immediately built that Templar Archives to defend against the mutas, because just 2 High Templars can defend a base from mutas, and that doesn't split your army up that much. And now Leenock realizing Parting is down there, so he starts going up here. Now going to be going back. We have them dancing on. You can see how hard this would be to hold the third base, because now Leenock is going to be coming up here with mutas, roaches, and lings. The mutas are going to target down those sentries, I think, but no. Going to bait those force fields down, and those mutas could have went up to the main, trying to do damage. That's why Parting whooped in those stalkers up there, just because the force fields were down here, blocking him from getting up into that main. And now Leenock is going to take out the forge, slow down the upgrades, and looks like he is going to be going into the main base. A lot of stalkers up here, but they do blink down where the rest of their forces are. This one cannon is going to be targeted down. Leenock massing up units as you do see him going across the map. Going to target down this Templar Archives, but before Storm does finish, there's no Templars out on the field, so no Archons. Mutas now going to split up, try to force those Stalkers away, but Parting does have enough to defend against these Roaches and Lings down here. The Muta's going to be going up into this third base where there is a cannon. The Muta's going to target that cannon down. Next will be the Stalker. Now the probes have started running away, going to the worker kill count. It is 9 right now. And now the Mutas are going to be going back to the natural. And actually, there are a lot of Temples out, so he did get a clutch warp in. We'll be able to get Archons out, or maybe soon as Storm finishes, those Templars will have 150 energy, which will be very scary. Fuse Stalker is going to come out, try to take down this one Overseer. It will be falling, does not supply cap Leenock one bit. 175 supply to 163 supply. Leenock just mining out of these gases. As I did say, the Mutas are very gas intensive, and he is getting that infestation bit so he can continue going up to a hive. Mutas did come in to that natural. Looks like they killed about 5 more workers. He's just going to keep those Mutas perked on behind the base while leaving them split up here. Leenock doing a great job splitting his Mutas, making Parting always guess where they are. Going to leave a few Stalkers back here for Muta defense as he does pull Stalkers over to this third base. Also has built the Templar Archives over at that third base, and we'll see if that does come in. Muta's trying to do a little bit of harassment, and don't get anything. Still at 14 kills, just dancing behind the base, maybe trying to pull Stalkers down to this base, or trying to just sense where the army is. Banelings have been produced, and maybe that's just because he knows Storm will be on the way, and Lings do horrible against Storm. And don't get me wrong, Banelings do horrible against Storm, but that's a one-way ticket once you engage with the Lings, and Banelings can do quite a bit of damage on a one-way trip. I mean, they're going to be dying anyways. Lots of Mutas coming in to take out these Stalkers. Stalkers do blink in. Those Mutas are at 1-0. Stalkers are at 2-1. Mutas do end up backing off. Did end up getting 2 probe kills thanks to that Glaive Worm bouncing attacks. Baneling's now going to come in. Archons immediately morph. Does kind of take some Storms out, and now the Mutas can go in and deal with those Archon morphs, essentially killing 6 High Templars thanks to those Banelings. Very nice job and very good use of that Baneling. Stalkers going down with these lanes. It's 191 supply to 146. The Mutas are going to be backing off yet again. Stalkers do blink. Keep in mind the upgrades are huge. And we do have to have Leenock going up into Broodlords very soon. He cannot stay at this Ling Muta too long because now he knows Storm is out. He can't... Parting won't fall for that trick twice in a row. And once Storm does come out and you get the Storms off on Mutas and Lings, you can't really keep up this harassment. So Parting has weathered the Storm, and now the Storm is going to be on his side. He can possibly take a 4th base sometime in the near future, which will be good because we do see this main base is mining out. All these probes will have to go somewhere. The worker count is 66 probes to 82 drones. 4 Banelings morphing in. Roach is going to come up. Beautiful force fields, and this force fields will also make it hell for the Banelings. You really have to catch your opponent off guard. Maybe they'll split off and try to go into the middle lines and do some type of damage that way. And here we go, a handful of Roaches and Banelings coming in while he attacks this third base, just feinting this attack, and now he's going to be coming in here. Warp Prism is coming out, but Leenock, I don't think he sees that Warp Prism, and those Banelings do connect on a few probes, going up to the Workers Killed, up to 22 now. It was at 14. Muse and Roach is going to make a timing attack on the third base, and just barely, there he goes. No, Parting does defend Leenock. Oh my god, making a huge mistake, not sniping that third base. 108 life left. Oh my god, one more click would have taken that out and forced Parting to go in for some type of all-in. The probe count, you can see he had transferred a little bit too many over to this. Going over, you can see a lot on just this middle line, and not so much over at this natural, so not mining efficiently, but he is going to be taking his fourth base right now. And this game would be completely different if that third base did get sniped. Oh my god. We do have Leenock, though, going on his fifth base. That Warp Prism now going to make itself known. Warp in a few Zealots to go harass, most likely. There we go. That's more than a few. Oh, holy cow. That is 7 Zealots? Yeah, 7 Zealots indeed, going their way to that fourth base. No real defense here, so they will get some kills off. Keep in mind, Parting hasn't killed a single drone this game, so he's doing his first bit of actual killing of workers now with these 7 Zealots. Same time, he is moving his force up to take another base, and he will be going up on 5 bases. As I did say, he has weathered the storm, so now it can macro up. It would be silly to build more mutas after he has this anti-muta defense. So he's got to just macro up because he knows Leenock is going to be at Broodlords, which is very scary. I mean, as I did say before, it is so hard to engage the Broodlords, especially this many of them. How many is that? 12 Broodlords. He is at 1-0 on his air. That ground attack is at 2. Doesn't have any armor carapace. Armor carapace doesn't matter too much for Broodlings, but they do benefit from that melee attack. Also, bringing 4 queens with full energy to do a lot of transfuses going into his queen count. He does have 8, so still leaves 1 queen per base. Storm's going down on the Bruise, but the transfuse is going to just heal them right on back up. At the same time, Parting is going to split off his force with a lot of Stalkers going to come up to this natural, do some damage. That is going to force Leenock to pull back. Has a lot of Banelings to try to just assassinate all the Stalkers. Bone Growth goes on them. No blink for you, but it does wear off. Allows them to blink up. Those Banelings, though, going to be demolishing those Stalkers, but Leenock does take a loss at that. However, Leenock is just maxing out on minerals, 2.6k and 1k, so he can rebuild very efficiently. Going to build more Infestors, more Roaches. That 1 queen does go down. Those Stalkers in a very good position to do more damage. Keep in mind, Parting had killed 0 drones just a few minutes ago. Now he is up to 24, but it looks like, no, Leenock is going to build more drones. I thought he may just be maxing out on even more army. Templar does come in. A huge storm goes off on all of those Broodlords. Oh my god, that is so much damage. And even going to try to storm the Broodlings to save that Templar's life. That is not going to be happening. Again, we do have Parting just engaging at another angle away from those Broodlords, abusing his immobility. The tides have turned. Now the Protoss is the mobile one, and the Zerg is the immobile one, as those Broodlords, possibly the slowest moving unit in the game. You guys thought Hydra was slow? Man, you should really see these Broodlings. They are darn slow, and they can't even get a speed boost off of Crate because they are flying. Few cannons here just going to delay the Broodlords for a few seconds. Meanwhile, more Stalkers going to be going off, and even more. Parting is at 2 different places, going to take off those Infestors and get the Queens as he does go up into that 4th base. Now the Stalkers are going to be retreating, just wants to engage in small numbers. The Broodlords are going to be taking out this base. That doesn't have a chance to go up, but then again, we do have Parting with a base all the way over there. Does Leenock know about that base? And we still have these Stalkers doing more damage, and no, Leenock does not know about that 5th base. He's not headed to that. He's heading to the 3rd base. And the 5th base has many more minerals at it, so maybe it's smart to attack that base, but also the 3rd base is close to the production line of Parting. So in a base trade scenario, maybe you want to go for their production. Doesn't matter how much they have economic-wise. If you kill all their production, they are going to be absolutely SOL. Stalkers getting Foam Ghost, so they can't blink away. But so many workers have been killed by both players, 46 to 35. There we go. Parting does snipe that base, showing Leenock how it's done, not moving away. just a second too early. Templar Archives is unpowered, will be falling, and looks like we do have this kind of weird base trade with Leenock at 161 supply. Parting is at 111. Mothership is on the way, but the Templar Archives did fall. He has a max of 2 Archons he will be able to have unless he rebuilds that Templar Archive. He probably should, because not having many Archons is not going to be good. It does take 3 Archons to really just assassinate Broodlords immediately out of that vortex. 2 Archons does damage, but not a whole lot. That one Void Ray, though, going up, getting a few kills, but there are Corruptors from Leenock to deal with it. Parting just going to say, okay, it's a base trade, let's go at it. Going to be engaging these Spinecrawlers. Nice blink. Feedbacks that Infestor. No fungal growth. If he did fungal growth, would stop that blink play and possibly be able to kill a Stalker or 2. There's High Templars just sitting in the back so they can storm while units do come chasing over. But that is a little bit risky just again because he will need those for a Vortex. Where's the Mothership? Right over here. He could also recall back once he gets the energy to try to defend this. There are 3 Infestors out. And Parting is going to be coming up. Going to take out Wellness Spine in this next base. All this is love of production, but it is a complete base trade that Leenock doesn't know about the base up here. Now Parting is just going to be massing up cannons. Very nice idea, and has rebuilt that Templar Archives, so he will be able to get more Archons out. Very good move by Parting, realizing, okay, well, let's make my gateways worth it. But he doesn't have that much gas in bank, so he'll be able to build like 2 more Templars, I believe. And that is 1 more Archon that does bring him up to the 3 count, which means he can assassinate those Broodlords. But I don't actually see any Overseers, and this could be really bad for Leenock if he doesn't morph an Overseer, and Parting does come up, takes out this Hive, and kills that ability to build Overseers. That will be huge, because that means this Dark Shrine or the Mothership that cloaks units just going to allow Leenock to do nothing. There's only 4 Corruptors out, I believe, going into this. There are 5 Corruptors out, and that is not enough to kill the Mothership before the Stalkers could pick them all off. And it doesn't look like Parting knows that there's no Overseers out, unless he would be making sure this Hive does go down. Mothership has shown herself. Will there be a Overseer morph at the last second? There's just enough minerals. 50 minerals. Is he gonna get it? It doesn't look like it. Infestation bit does go down. This Hive is gonna be falling. And now Leenock has to kill all the bases as fast as he possibly can, because it's going to be all up to these fungal growths to reveal the units. And that is not a good situation. Broodlord is going to be taking out all these bases. We do have these drones going up here. He has the, oh crap. That moment, yeah, we all know it. That is not a good moment to have. Realizing there's another base, going to be abandoning taking these gateways out. Instead, is he going to use his drones to do it? No! He is not going to use his drones. He knows he has to have every little bit in his army to be able to take out Parting's army right now, because at the start of this base trade, Parting was way behind in the supply. Now, 96 to 74, Parting has the lead, and he has that ever so slow Mothership. And all he has to do is get a good Vortex off, but he doesn't really have to do that. All he has to do is survive the fungal growth. If he does that, then the Mothership will just be able to cloak the units, and he'll be able to pick off all the Broodlords, even if he just had 1 Stalker left. Another Nexus is going up. Feedbacks go off on 2 of those Infestors, taking them out. Everything is at full energy, so feedbacks just insta-gib units. Will we get any more fungal growth? Does go down, but oh my god, that Vortex getting the Infestors, getting the Infestors, so now there's nothing that can kill this Mothership, and that is not a good situation. Templar sitting out. Maybe they're going to storm immediately and get even more deeps, and there we go, all the deeps. Transfuses going down. The Stalkers do blink away, avoiding the storms. Very nice play by Parting right there. Oh my god, what a sick game, and what a nice way to engage against these Broodlords and not do any damage. Well, not do any damage. Not really, it's hard to say. What was I going to say? So good at not engaging these Broodlords and just being everywhere at once, leaving a few Stalkers back because he knows the Broodlords are going to be slow. So when Leenock goes to try to defend, there's going to be Infestors that are left out in the open. So he has an assassination squad of Stalkers, blinks in, kills that Infestor, and manages to get out at the same time of dealing massive amounts of damage, and then blinks out of there, and he's back Boy doesn't really even take any damage and he can dish out so much. Man, that was sloppy of me trying to explain how that worked. But you saw the game. You did not need me to explain it. And before we leave, we will be going into SC2 gears because we do that every game here. Almost every game. Every now and then there's BO5s, BO7s. I wait till the end, or some games that are just like 5 minutes long. I don't worry about it. But yeah, let's go over into SC2 gears. Boom. Right now. And the main thing I want to look at, you can look at the APM, not too much to look at. But the main thing I want to look at is Leenock's injects. So let's go over to this at the 10-minute mark. 15.2. Not the best. Right here has something going on. This may be that queen spreading creep to the third base, so it can easily defend that against timing. So let's look. 4 minutes. Oh, excuse me, 45 seconds into this game, we will be looking to see, okay, what is going on? Did he use a tumor? Because there wasn't any aggression. That would just be sloppy for him just to not inject at all. And there we go. A tumor is placed by that queen. There's actually 2 tumors placed. And he has 2 queens out. Queen does manage to go to this base to the natural. Goes queenless for a little bit. So this is kind of why Leenock doesn't have the best inject early game, because he is getting this creep out so far. And what does this do? This allows him to not only get to all his base in case Void Rays do come, he'd be able to move all his queens very quickly from his main to his third base to defend. But also, if he spreads this out fast enough, that means the forward pylon has to be further away. And that is also a win. So, pretty cool news there. Leenock doing 2 tumors that early in the game. Haven't seen the 2, I generally only see 1, but Leenock making it work. Pause this game real quick so we don't have that sound. Pretty nice. You can see right here he kind of just gave up on his injects, which was a little bit odd. Mainly because, well, during that Broodlord fight, he left 1 queen at each hatch, but he wasn't injecting at each hatch. So why not just move all the queens? So we'll go over to maybe 26 minutes into this game and see if we can find out why. Was he maxed out on larva? So 26, boom, right there. Only 19. So I mean, this hatch only has 2. Wait, that queen's really low on energy. Maybe those just came out. Okay, where are his queens? Leenock. 4 right there. How many does he have out? 6. So it looks like he was rebuilding his queens when he decided, okay, these have full energy, they're better off for transfuse. If I just use them to inject, then, well, they're going to have a lot of idle energy, because they're only going to go down to, like, 175. So all of that energy is going to be wasted, so might as well build new queens and use that energy on transfuse. Very nice call by Leenock right there. So now we go over into the unit tiers, and we'll go off 15 granularity because that is unfair for the Protoss. 30, we can see his warp ins, very nice. Doesn't really miss beats in the game, and that is Leenock. Oh no, this is Parting up here, Legend. He is on his GSL, well, ST Legend is the GSL observer using his account. This game was played, I believe, on NA. Check this out. Yes, it was on NA. So on the GSL Observer's account. Maybe he doesn't have an NA account. Who knows why. But, yeah, very nice whoop-ins. You can see Leenock not really building any units. You got 2 Lings and a Ling right here at this early game for scouting. And then waits until 7:18-ish to start producing units. Actually show after completion. Okay. He builds units at 6:36. I was about to say, 7:18, that is after the warp gates can finish. That is balls to the wall risky. But after I'm checking this, I can see when it started. So it started at 6:36, which is when he needs to start building units to defend against any gateway timing. Because we can see it completed at 7:19, right around the time warp gates did finish. So good call there. Going over into the build/tech, let's go to ability groups and see how many fungals and storms were used. Take off this units. We can go 15 transfuses, 8 fungals, 12 feedbacks, 37 storms, 43 force fields. Quite a bit. Units built, this is always interesting. 240 Lings, 2 Void Rays, 1 Mothership, 29 High Templars versus the 27 Infestors. 123 roaches, 145 stalkers, 25 zealots, 18 corruptors. Again, those do morph into broodlords. So that's why he only had 5 out. So, I don't know what else to show you guys. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that game, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and wish me luck again. Hopefully IPL does choose me to cast it, and, well, that means that I will be casting the IPL 5 qualifiers. So you'll know if they choose me because, well, I'll be happy. I'll probably tell you guys as soon as they say I can tell you guys. And then I'll be back to live casting again. I used to live cast all the time. Been a caster since the beta. 2 years, maybe longer. StarCast 2's been out for quite a while. Maybe it hasn't been out 2 years quite yet. I mean, it just feels like I've been casting forever. But again, I switched to YouTube's just because you have all the big tournaments casting the game, so it's kind of hard to get viewers casting it live. Additionally, I don't think like mass casting suited me that well. I need to improve my speech, which I have greatly, and also I want to improve my analysis. So how do I do that? I cast 1 game a day, which I can't do streaming because how many people would hate me if I went live for 30 minutes and then went offline? People would just hate me. So I really focus 1 game a day for quite a while, probably 6 months now. I'm doing 1 game a day for over a year, probably since November-ish. I tried 1 game a day. I made a lot of hiccups early on when I first started, but this year I've been very diligent about it. But as I was saying, doing 1 game a day, I can cast the game, then rewatch it, see what I need to work on, see the analysis I missed, see analysis I kind of fumbled over to know, okay, I gotta think how to word this better. So casting 1 game a day has improved me as a caster greatly, and, well, every month I just improved tenfold, I think. I think my casting is getting up there to be really nice, and yeah. Wish me luck, take care, guys, and I will see you guys again tomorrow with probably another great game because IPO released 3 replays, and they are all good, most likely. I mean, this game was amazing. They wouldn't say, hey, here's a caster tryout, cast these bad games. No, they'll say, here's a caster tryout, cast these amazing games. So that's why you'll see them all here. I don't know if they'll watch them all or just watch this one, but yeah, be casting them all. And Team Liquid Weekly Replay Pack should get released tomorrow, so this weekend, expect a lot again, just like it did for Jinro. Take care, guys, and I will